Vito here in the studio, 91 Rock FM in the Furnace, with a band out of Detroit, Halloween, and they're going to be doing an interview for us this evening and playing some of their favorite tunes. And I guess we should introduce the band here. What do we got? Brian? Bill? George and Rick. And everybody's here, and they made the trip, and we're having a darn good time in the studio. Exactly. So, how have things been going for you guys lately? Pretty
great.
Pretty good?
Yeah, real good. Things been going great.
We're teaming up with Perry Como, and we're doing it.
Oh, good. We'll get to some Perry Como later for sure.
We're going to call it Como-ween.
Como, or, okay. How did the band come together? How did you guys...
McDonald's. Burger King.
We were at Wendy's just a little while ago. No, who formed the band?
Burger King.
Rick and I were the original members, and we threw all the other puds out.
They went to different schools together.
The other guys were posers, and we got these guys.
And Brian, you said you're from New York. How did you end up in Detroit, of all places?
I made the wrong turn.
He got married.
I made two wrong turns.
Yeah.
And, okay, so...
I'm divorced now, so
thank God.
Let's not make any mistakes.
Okay.
But I'm still paying Bill alimony.
So you guys all got together in Detroit? Is that where you met? Or?
Yeah, in a matter of speaking.
And then how'd you come up with the concept for Halloween and the heavy metal horror show? And
that was the day we got together. We wanted to name the band Halloween in the first place, but there was another person in the band that we won't mention because he's in a rival band that said, no, let's not name it that because the band that he's now with had a song called Halloween, and we were like, well, so what, you know? But we ended up going with the name, I can say this on the air, can I?
Just spell it.
We went with the name Bitch for a year because we wanted to come across with a name and an image that people weren't going to quickly forget. So we came out all dressed up like really rough-looking women.
And now the new image is
the new image is what we wanted to do in the first place because we've always been influenced by Cooper and Kiss and Black Sabbath and those kind of bands. And the whole show concept started out our old bass player, who remains nameless and talentless, and
to this day.
Ed Payne.
Edit that.
Edit. He used to have this thing where he'd bring a skull and set it on his bass amp, and it was like he wouldn't practice unless the skull was there. Like if he forgot it at home, we couldn't rehearse. It was like this thing. And we built it up from this single little skull that you got from Disney World, into this bizarre menagerie that we got now. Just one piece at a time. Everything just kind of fell together. We'd get an idea, or somebody would give us something, to go along with the whole concept and theme of the name.
Plus, he'd pick his nose and stuff.
So now the show is basically you guys have just been playing around Detroit, or are you branching out?
We've played Toronto.
Toronto?
And we're going to be branching out.
Yeah.
Where
we've got gigs coming up in New York, Toledo, Cleveland, Chicago, Cincinnati.
Who are you going to be with?
Right now there's a promoter in New York that wants to bring us out there to do a show with Anthrax, but while we're in New York, he also wants to have us do, a couple of other shows in the New York area, so that it won't be like we're just driving out there to open for Anthrax. We were going to headline, because we have the album out now and we're getting ready to go in and record our second album, and we were going to headline, but we figured not too many people know who we are in New York, even though I have, friends and family there. If we go in and open for a bigger band, it'll kind of lure people in. Kind of hit them slowly and then come back a second time.
So you're working on the new album now, and
we're in pre-production.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be in the studio when soon? Hopefully.
We're planning a date now. Hopefully, like in the next month or two.
End of February.
Yeah.
And then when will the release be? How long you planning for?
We're
summer?
hoping for summer release. Yeah.
Okay.
At the latest, right before Halloween. Because we'd like to be touring to support that album by Halloween.
Yeah. So then you mentioned doing a video along with this and the single and the...
Yeah, we're getting ready to do about 3 different videos. We're going to do a couple of cable shows, and we're gonna do another one for another rival radio station in Detroit. Well, I guess you guys don't conflict because you
No.
can't get it here and
No.
they can't get you there. Anyways,
All 300 watts
yeah.
strong.
so
Okay.
we're gonna do this one video for their show called The Beat, and then we're also gonna do one to go along with our single from our next album.
Which is going to be called? Tell the listeners. Have you
I
decided?
haven't decided yet, but it'll probably be Tonight I'm Yours.
Not to be confused with the Rod Stewart
Right.
song.